Bawat oras ng pagdinig ay oras din ng taong bayan. Kapag pwedeng iwasan ang pagkaantala, dapat itong iwasan. Kapag handa ang lahat, mas mabilis ang usad ng hustisya. Nakahanda na ang mga dokumento na ibigay na para ma-review. Hindi dapat pinapahaba ang prosesong maaari namang mapabilis.
Ang buhat po nung nag-assume ako nung 2014, tanging si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte lang po yung aking na-audit na may
Bakit,
confidential fund.
Halos isang dekadang nakapaglingkod ang ilang nagdaang umupo sa Office of the Vice President nang walang confidential funds.
Wala pong naging appropriation for confidential funds si dating Vice President Binay at si dating Vice President Robredo. Tanging si Vice President Sara Duterte lang po yung nagkaroon ng appropriation for the confidential fund.
Hindi otomatikong kailangan ng OVP at maging ng DepEd ng confidential funds. Kung bagong pondo ito para sa opisina, mas mahalagang malinaw kung bakit ito kailangan at paano ito ginamit. Ang pagkakaroon ng confidential funds ay hindi otomatikong paglabag. Ang tanong ay kung tama at maayos ba ang paggamit nito. May patakaran ang confidential funds at ayon sa COA witness,
Ay hindi compliant dun sa requirements ng Joint Circular 2015-01.
kung walang malinaw na aktibidad, paano susukatin kung saan napunta at ano ang resulta ng pondo? Confidential ang operasyon, pero hindi confidential ang pananagutan. Hindi dami ng dokumento ang sukatan. Ang mahalaga ay kung compliant ang mga ito. Confidential ang operasyon, hindi confidential ang resibo. Kung may binili, dapat may patunay kung saan at magkano ang binayaran. Hindi sapat ang acknowledgement receipt kung walang resibo at walang supporting document. Ang mga nakatanggap mula sa Confi Funds na tila kaduda-duda ang pangalan, nadagdagan pa. At hindi na lang sila hango sa pagkain. Hindi pwedeng confidential ang sagot sa nawawalang dokumento. Kailangang maliwanag.
Ang dilim! Kanya ko pala hindi mabasa, ang dilim.
Hindi dapat mangibabaw ang mga clauses at mga batas na pumoprotekta sa confidentiality laban sa konstitusyonal na tungkulin ng impeachment court. Hindi confidential ang katotohanan. Ilabas ang ebidensya, sundan ang testimonya, hayaang gumulong ang hustisya.
Parang sinadya raw po yung pagpili doon sa mga acknowledgement receipts, especially sa mga pangalan na lumabas nga po kahapon. Ang alam kong huli, yung mga Gabriel Bisaya, etc. po. No? Parang sinadya nga raw po, tapos yun nga, may sagot naman daw po doon yung defense pag-turn na po nila. Pero yung kiniklaim po nila is parang sinadya nga raw po ng prosecution yan.
Sa tingin ko hindi because lahat naman po nakita naman po natin yung 15 karton no ng ebidensyang yon. And even if you get samples of these documents inside those boxes, makikita nyo na yung mga pangalan na lumalabas doon ay mukhang mukhang katawa-tawa, no? Kaya nga maraming nagkomento na yung mga pangalan niyan ay hango. Kundi sa chichirya, ito ay hango doon sa mga na-imbentong pangalan. And we will come to that point when the next witness that the prosecution will present will also certify kung ano ang findings ng prosecution dito sa mga dokumentong itong ay nilatag.
Just in addition, of course, it's the full prerogative of the prosecution to present which evidence po that they will be presenting. But the fact of the matter is, nandun yun. Just because they say po na parang pinipili na ito lumalabas, pero it might not be this case. It might not be the case for the other pieces of evidence. But the fact of the matter is, merong ganun. So I think that's what the prosecution is trying to point out here po.
A payment of 16 million in 11 days for Safe House. Would that be correct? And this was issued notice of suspension. Tama po ba yun? How is this different from the 73 million notice of disallowance issued for the 2022 confidential fund allocation of the OVP?
Yes, no. Doon sa initial audit findings, no, merong 73 million doon na hindi supported by sufficient justification, meaning may question kasi nga maraming dokumentong ibinigay o isinumite ang ating OVP na mga ARs lamang o ito yung acknowledgement receipts, no. For example, yung sa warehouse na yan, no, nagbayad ng kung di ako nagkakamali 1 million peso a day ba yan? Is that the So I cannot recall kung ano yung eksaktong amount, no, in relation to the rental of this warehouse or safe house, no. Pero kung may ganyan, di ba, dapat meron niyang either contract, meron niyang sigurong other documents that can prove that indeed merong nirentahan, no, na safe house. Yung 73 million in question is dun sa kabuuang kabuuang report ng audit report ni Roderick Wamil dun sa fourth quarter of 2022. Na apparently he found something irregular in the submissions of the OVP with respect to the documents that they used to justify the disbursements of these funds.
Part of the confidential funds were used sa MOE. Considering na ang mga congressman and even the office of the vice president, merong ganong budget, is it a clear sign ba na yung pondo hindi talaga yan ng confidential funds?
Well, ako, una, dalawang beses nangyari na kung saan MOOE yung isinubmit, no, na liquidation. No? This is in clear violation of the provisions of the joint circular. Dahil nakalagay naman doon sa joint circular kung ano lang yung dapat pagkagastusan ng confidential fund. And MOOE is not included in that list. So again, no, bakit sinabi dito, hindi pwedeng isipin na ito ay isang oversight lang, no? Dahil nagkamali, no? Pero dahil there seems to be a pattern, dahil 2-3 beses yata na isubmit na MOOE kasama dun sa kanilang justification. So merong irregular at merong highly questionable dyan sa liquidation na yan.
In addition to that lang po, we can only speak as to what was testified kanina. And klaro naman po na sinabi ng testigo, and according to the testimony, that was considered irregular po, no? That having justified the use of confidential funds for MOE. But that is not to say that we can characterize yet as to how an MOE is spent. That's a different thing, no? But we're just focusing here on confidential funds po. The fact that it was irregular. Yun ang po yung nasa testigo.
Malinaw, no? Malinaw na merong isinubmit o isinumite ng mga dokumento to justify the expenditure or the disbursement na hindi angkop o hindi sang-ayon dun sa provision ng joint circular. So, I don't know how else we can call it. It can be called irregular. It can also be called perhaps illegal. So, that's the way the witness described, no, what he discovered in these documents that was submitted to the COA.
Thank you, Isaiah. Rosalie, your turn.
Hapon po, sirs. May we know po kung ano po yung current position ng House Prosecution Team regarding po kay Mary Grace Piatos? Kasi isa po siya dun sa 27 po na proposed witnesses nyo po para dito sa Article 1. Pero kahapon po, sabi po ni Representative Joel Chua, kung siya yung tatanungin personally, hindi na niya gustong iharap pa or ipatawag si Mary Grace Piatos sa paglilitis. But this morning, sa ambush interview po kay Attorney Kapunan, sinabi niya po na isa sa pinako nga si Mary Grace Piatos. Hinahanap pa namin, hindi namin makita kung saan-saan kaming Mary Grace na pumunta, hindi namin makita. Papadala namin sa Office of the Vice President yung subpoena. So ano po ba ang current position po ng prosecution team dito kay Mary Grace Piatos?
I'm sorry again on behalf of the prosecution, we cannot disclose the formal plan po, no, the final plan. I think it just goes to show po, no, na it's a very lively discussion even between members of the prosecution. Nag-iiba po yung kanilang opinion. But all that we can say siguro po is that it just speaks of how important the question is, sino yung tumanggap? That's one of the core principles here that we're looking at, no? Sino tumanggap, kailan tinanggap, para saan ginamit. These are the questions that we're trying to answer with the choice of our witnesses. So I think it goes to show, like, if we think about it, kung sino si Mary Grace Piatos, what they can testify to, that speaks as to one of the questions. So definitely it's still it's still at play. But whether or not, sorry Ma'am Rose, no, whether or not the prosecution has decided, we can't say yet po.
So sa mga pahayag ng ating mga prosecutors, makikita mo na buhay, no, yung diskusyon tungkol sa mga strategy na dapat gawin ng prosecution panel. In fact, para lang sa kaalaman ng lahat, no, bawat hakbang na ginagawa ng ating prosecution team, lahat po yan ay pinag-uusapan. No, they consider opinions of all other members of the hindi ho yan desisyon ng isa, dalawa o ng ilang tao lamang, kundi ito ay consensus ng mayorya ng membro ng prosecution team.
Will her testimony, his or her testimony, still be relevant at this point in time, given that may mga findings na nga po yung COA, meron na nga rin pong notice of disallowance na currently ina-appeal ng OVP?
Well, again, without speaking into whether or not we cannot characterize it fully, but like I mentioned a while ago, that additional testimony would tend to answer that question po, no? Kung para saan ginamit, for example, or kung sino nga tumanggap if we're talking about the identity. But at the same time, the ultimate arbiter of its acceptance or relevance, as you were asking, would be the impeachment court. So we have to leave it to them po.
Second issue po,